Get ready because it's time for Watertown Arrows baseball.
It's going to be driven into left field, going back. We'll see you later. That one's landed in Kranzberg. Talon Jurgens with the home run. 2-2. That's going to be driven into left field, going back. It's gone. Grand slam for Nate Gray. That is going to be smashed. Right field, going back. It's gone. A walk-off. Watertown will win on a walk-off by Rabine.
Now, let's head to the fields. With the call of tonight's game, here's the voice of Watertown Arrows baseball, Brent Nathaniel.
Welcome to beautiful Watertown Stadium here in Watertown, South Dakota for some doubleheader action here in Watertown as the Arrows will take on Sioux Falls, Washington to close out the regular season today. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Micah Warrington, in for Brent Nathaniel, who is on a little, I guess you could call it a vacation this weekend. He will not be here today. I'll get to fill in and give you the action for both games this afternoon. And it is a beautiful day for baseball. Maybe a little cool, 53 degrees, but the sun is shining, the wind blowing out of the north from at about 15 miles per hour today. It is a nice day for baseball, a good day to close out the regular season. Yesterday, Watertown was in action for a doubleheader against O'Gorman, where they got two big wins against the Knights. In Game 1, they won it in walk-off fashion. Watertown got out to an early 3-0 lead, ended up blowing that 3-0 lead in the 6th to tie the game at 3, but in the 7th, the bottom half of the 7th, Johnny Lake comes up with the bases loaded, smacks a single out to left field to walk off the Knights. 4-3 was that final score. And then in Game 2, the Arrows got out to a big lead courtesy of Trip Jorgensen, who hit a grand slam in the bottom of the first inning to put the Arrows up 6-0, and Watertown would end up winning that game in 5 innings, 12-2, courtesy of the run rule. So it was a big day for Arrow baseball yesterday. They hold the 8th seed in Class A, and if you, we'll run down the playoff scenarios. Watertown, they have the 8th seed right now. If they hold on to the 8th seed, they will host a super regional game for a chance to get to the state tournament here in Watertown. And if they do end up hosting, we will have coverage of that on Post 17 TV. But they could possibly move up to the 7th seed. Depending on what happens today. They could also move down depending on what happens today in the early part of next week. So if Watertown is able to get 2 wins today, they're going to need a little bit of help from Pierre, who is in a doubleheader today against Sioux Falls Jefferson. If Pierre loses 2 and Watertown wins 2 today, Watertown could potentially move up to the 7 and maybe even the 6th seed, depending on what happens, of course. But if Watertown splits or loses today, then, you know, they could possibly move down to the 9 or 10 seed, in which case they would have to go on the road for their super regional games. So today's a big day of baseball for Watertown. They'll be hoping to get a couple of wins. We are ready for the introduction of starting lineups, so we will have that here for you right now on Post 17 TV.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Watertown Stadium for some doubleheader baseball action between the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors, and the home team on the scoreboard, the Watertown Arrows. Let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the Warriors, batting leadoff, number 7, Tyler Ringheimer. Batting second, number 11, Caden Sporer. Batting third, number 14, Paxton Olson. Batting cleanup, number 5, Brecken Beitler. Batting fifth, number 23, Kyler White. Batting sixth, number 27, Ian Glau. Batting seventh, number 6, Aiden Johnson. Batting eighth, number 19, Briar Rave. And batting ninth, number 9, Dawson Bark. Doing the pitching for Washington today will be number 3, Sajin Haas. And now the starting lineup for your Watertown Arrows. Batting leadoff, number 7, Cole Hansen. Batting second, number 23, Jackson Fallick. Batting third, number 22, Marcus Pitkin. Batting cleanup, number 10, Johnny Lake. Batting fifth, number 2, Carter Bisker. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 5, Sam Olson. Batting seventh, number 13, Jackson McClemmons. Batting eighth, number 14, Kai Paulson. And batting ninth, number 6, Kane Everson. And taking the mound for your Watertown Arrows, number 12, Ashton Rabine. Our umpires for this afternoon's contest are Johnny Kirchner, Matt Clark, and Doug Rusick. Now I ask that you please rise and stand at attention, face the flag out in left field for the national anthem. We remind everyone that the proper etiquette is to remove your hat or cap, stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, held the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let's play ball!
All right, let's go through our starting lineups once again for both teams. We'll start with the defensive alignment for Watertown. From left to right in the outfield. In left field, it'll be Cole Hansen. In center field, Marcus Pitkin. And in right field, Jackson Fallick. From left to right on the infield, at third base, it'll be Kai Paulson. Shortstop, Carter Bisker. Second baseman, Kane Everson. And at first base, it'll be Jackson McClemmons. Behind the dish doing the catching will be Jonathan Lake. And taking the mound for Watertown will be number 12, Ashton Rabine. Now let's go through the batting order for Sioux Falls, Washington. Batting leadoff will be Tyler Ringheimer. Batting second, Caden Spohr. Batting third, Paxton Olson. Batting fourth, Brecken Beitler. Batting fifth, Kyler White. Batting sixth, Ian Glau. Batting seventh, Aiden Johnson. Batting eighth, Briar Rave. And batting ninth will be Dawson Bark. We are ready for action here in Watertown. Our officials, or our umpires, I should say, for this afternoon's contest, behind the dish, making the balls and strikes calls will be Johnny Kirchner. Then in the base paths, it'll be Matt Clark and Doug Rusink. And we are ready to go. Tyler Ringheimer up at the plate. First pitch he sees is going to be a fastball high. 1-0. Second pitch in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch outside, 2-1. We get started right on time, actually a little bit early. First pitch was at 12:59. It's the second pitch in there for a strike. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Washington leadoff man. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and that's how this game gets started. A strikeout for Ashton Rabine.
First out of the inning, bring up center fielder, number 11, Caden Sporer.
That'll be Caden Sporer to the dish for the Warriors. First pitch he sees is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's a pop-up on the infield. McClemens calling everyone off at first base, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. So a quick 2 down for Ashton Rabine, and that'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, number 14, Paxton Olson. Yesterday, Watertown only used really 2 pitchers, as the first pitch is high, in 2 games. And that's what happens when you get the mercy rule, is you don't use much pitching, as there's a strike, 1-1. In game 1 yesterday, it was Halligan who went 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. And then McClemens came in through the 7th, a 1-2-3 7th inning for McClemens yesterday. And then McClemens actually got the start in game 2 as that pitch was fouled away. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And in game 2, McClemens went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 2 runs, 1 of which was earned. As there's a pitch on the corner called strike 3. And that is how this inning will end. 3 up, 3 down, top half of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. Still tied at 0. You're watching Aero Baseball on Post 17 TV.
I'm bored.
When you need a little fun, head to the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade. For good food and good times, make it a buffet day and a play day. Have all your favorites and all kinds of fun. Make it a buffet day at the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade.
Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction. If you're looking for a general contractor for custom homes in and around the Watertown area, or are in need of residential, commercial home, and commercial home remodeling, give Tony Arnold Construction a call at 605-880-8497 or email TonyArnoldConstruction@gmail.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction.
Back on Post 17 TV. It's the bottom of the first, still tied at 0. Let's set the defensive alignment for you for Sioux Falls, Washington. From left to right in the outfield. In left field, it'll be Kyler White. Center field, Caden Sporer. And in right field, Aiden Johnson. From left to right on the infield. At third base will be Tyler Ringheimer. Shortstop, Brecken Beitler. Second baseman will be Dawson Bark, and at first base, Briar Rave. Behind the dish doing the catching will be number 14, Paxton Olson. And taking the mound for the Warriors will be number 3, Sajan Haas. Lineup for Watertown is going to go as follows. Leading off, Cole Hansen, followed by Jackson Fallick, Marcus Pitkin, and Jonathan Lake. Carter Bisker will hit 5th. Sam Olson 6th. McClemens will hit 7th. Kai Paulson in the lineup today, hitting 8th. And Kane Everson will bat 9th. First pitch to Cole Hansen is going to be a pitch low and in. 1 ball, no strikes to the Arrow leadoff man. But finish my thought from the last inning. Kason Jensen came in, only threw 1 out yesterday because of the mercy rule that was enacted in the 5th inning, as there's a pitch in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. So Watertown really has all but 2 pitchers available today. There's a pitch outside. It's 2-1, which anytime you come into the second day of a back-to-back doubleheader day and you've got basically your entire pitching staff available to you, that's a good feeling for a manager. As here's a ball batted past the pitcher, and that's going to be booted on the infield. It'll be an infield single for Cole Hansen. It hit the glove of Dawson Bark and bounced off of him, but I think Hansen, who has good speed, was going to beat it out anyway. It was a slow roller past the mound. So it'll be a runner on for Watertown, and Jackson Fallick to the plate. First pitch to Fallick in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. And this was the recipe yesterday, was getting out to an early lead. Watertown scored in the first inning both games yesterday. A 6-run first inning in the second game of the doubleheader yesterday. 2 runs in game 1. As that pitch catches a corner, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Watertown with the leadoff runner on here in the first inning today in game 1. Here's the pickoff attempt, not in time. That pitch gonna miss outside. 2 balls and a strike. Hansen goes. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike. Throw down to second. Not in time. Hansen's up with a stolen base. It was a slider that caught the up and in corner to Jackson Fallick, so he'll be facing a 2-2 count. But he'll have a runner on second base to work with. So this turns into an RBI spot for Jackson Fallick if he can hit something out into the outfield. Two-two pitch. That got him. That ran inside. A slider that just slipped out of the hand, and it'll be 2 runners on for Marcus Pitkin.
Hit by pitch. There's runners on first and second for the center fielder, Marcus Pitkin.
Pitkin yesterday hit an RBI double in the first inning of game 2 out to right field. If he does something similar, he's got the power. He could leave the yard with the wind blowing out to right field today. Here's a pitch high, 1-0. He showed good opposite field power yesterday. 1-0 pitch. There's going to be a ball driven out into left field, and that'll get down for a base hit and over the glove of the left fielder. They're going to wave Hansen around, and he will score easily, and it'll be an RBI double for Marcus Pitkin.
The RBI double by Pitkin brings up the catcher, number 10, Johnny Lake.
Oh, Watertown strikes first once again today. They lead this one 1-0. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And it'll be Johnny Lake. First pitch, Lake sees is outside for a ball, 1-0. Oh, 2 ducks on the pond for Johnny Lake. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike. The 1-1 pitch lifted on the infield. Over is the first baseman, Rave, and he will make the catch on the infield grass for out number 1.
The infield fly out by Lake.
That'll bring up Carter Bisker. Bisker was a defensive menace yesterday in Game 2. He recorded the first 4 outs on ground balls in Game 2 yesterday, and now he's got a knockout into left field. 1 run will score, and they are going to hold Pitkin at third base. So it'll just be an RBI single, but an RBI nonetheless. Watertown leads 2-0.
To left field for Bisker will bring up the DH, number 5, Sam Olson.
Well, first pitch swinging there from Carter Bisker. Got a pitch he liked and driven it out into left field. Now it'll be the designated hitter, Sam Olson. Haas going to step off, now reset. Runners on the corners. First pitch to Olson. He's going to hit it hard out to second base. That's going to be an error. And now a throwing error as the second baseman threw it late to first base. And that's going to get Bisker over to third. So Pitkin comes in to score. It's 3-0 Watertown, and runners will remain on the corners.
Jackson McClemens.
It was a hard hit ball from Olson, and on a short hop, Dawson Bark wasn't able to field it. So here's a pickoff attempt at first. Back safely is Olson. But then a throwing error by Bark was going to allow Bisker to get over to third. First pitch to McClemens is going to be low. 1 ball, no strikes. Haas steps off as they get the play call from the manager. One and 0. The pitch. That's going to be high, and a delayed steal from Olson, and he'll be up without a throw, so it'll be runners on second and third now with just 1 out. So big opportunity now for Jackson McClemens. 1-0 pitch, that's going to be lifted out into right field. Coming in and making the play is Aiden Johnson. Tagging it from third is Bisker, and he will be up safely. The throw went to the first baseman and was cut off. So it'll be a sacrifice fly for Jackson McClemens. But there's 2 outs and a runner on second base for Kai Paulson. Here's a pickoff attempt at second. Ooh, close play. Back safely is Olson. No, that got Olson. That was a pretty good pickoff move there by Haas. So Olson's got his lead. Here's a pitch in the dirt. Nice block there by Paxton Olson. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch, high, 2-0. My apologies. That last pitch was called a strike. It'll be 1-1 to Paulson. There's a pitch in there for a called strike, so it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2, curveball. That's going to stay inside. It'll be 2-2. The 2-2, low and in. Full count now to the Watertown third baseman. The 3-2 catches the inside corner for called strike 3, but it's a productive inning for the Arrows as they score 4 runs in the bottom half of the first. We head to the second. Watertown leads 4-0. You're watching Arrow Baseball on Post 17 TV.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
Oh, wow, look at that mower. It's a Skag mower. Man, that looks like a comfortable ride. The job it's doing on that yard, it's knocking it out of the park. And boy, that mower can move. What I wouldn't do to have that mower.
What's the call, The moment you know you want a Skag. Skag. Simply the best.
Back on Arrow TV, or Post 17 TV, I should say. My name's Micah Warrington, in for Brett Nathaniel today. Top of the second inning, it'll be Brecken Beitler to the plate for Washington. First pitch to Beitler is in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. It was a 1-2-3 first inning for Ashton Rabine. As here's a ball lifted into shallow center field, ranging back, and can't quite make the play as it goes off of the glove of the second baseman, Kane Everson. He made a nice play, and to get out there, it was one of those tweener balls where between the second baseman and the center fielder, Everson was able to get a glove on it, but not quite able to haul it in. So it'll be a runner on for Washington. Kyler White to the plate. First pitch he sees is in there on the outside corner, 0-1. So the first time we're seeing Rabine in the stretch tonight. The 0-1 just outside, 1-1. Here's a pickoff attempt at first, not in time. Beitler back safely. The 1-1 outside, 2-1. And we see this every now and then where the first time a pitcher gets into the stretch, it's a bit of a change. Might take a few pitches just to get that rhythm back. The 2-1 misses high. It'll be 3-1. And typically, the later you see a pitcher get into the stretch, the more pitches it takes for them to get in that groove again. 3-1, that's going to stay high, so it'll be a walk to Kyler White.
The walk puts 2 runners on for the DH, number 27.
So it'll be runners on first and second for the designated hitter, Ian Glau. A chance for Washington to maybe get a couple runs back. There's a pitch outside. 1-0. And on a cooler day like today, it's harder to stay warm as a pitcher as well. Especially when you have out there, don't throw very many pitches. As here's a pickoff attempt back at second base, not in time. I don't see that very often where the catcher will back pick to second. And Johnny Lake tried it there. Two-0 pitch, outside, 3-0. So when you don't throw many pitches in the first inning, and then your offense, you're grateful they have a long inning, but it can sometimes take a few pitches to get warm again, as there's a pitch off the plate for ball 4. So the bases are going to be loaded for Aiden Johnson.
Bases are loaded for the right fielder, Aiden Johnson.
Oh, back into the windup is Rabine. That pitch to Johnson going to be high. And now we're going to have time called as pitching coach wants to come out to talk about it with Rabine. Let him catch his breath a little bit. Hopefully get him back in a rhythm. My count is correct. That is 9 straight balls thrown by Rabine right now. Not the streak you want as a pitcher. The bases are loaded. Watertown with a 4-0 lead. But Washington a chance to put up a crooked number here in the second. There's the 1-0 pitch from Rabine. That's going to stay high again, 2-0. Right now, his misses are all high and outside. There's a ball that catches a corner. It's 2-1. The pitch, high again, 3-1. Three-one on the corner, called a strike. Count moves to full. A strikeout opportunity now for Ashton Rabine. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout for out number 1 for Ashton Rabine.
First out of the inning and bring up the first baseman, number 19, Briar Rave.
Brings up Briar Rave, left-handed first baseman. First pitch to Rave off the inside corner, 1-0. 1-0 pitch, tapped foul. It'll be 1-1. That's going to be hit down the third base line, foul. So a 2-strike count now to Briar Rave. Now a strikeout would go a long way here for Ashton Rabine. The 1-2. Tapped foul again. All right, now Rabine has gotten him gotten Rave to swing at some close but good pitches. As here's a half swing and a miss and another strikeout for Ashton Rabine. So after getting the bases loaded with nobody out, Rabine has come back with 2 straight strikeouts, and now it'll be Dawson Bark to try and salvage the inning for Washington. First pitch is going to be way outside. Squirts away from Lake, but he's able to corral it in time. 1-0. Pitch high, 2-0. There's one right down the middle. It'll be 2-1. The pitch. Catches a corner for strike 2. Oh, and Rabine's able to get that outside corner call, and he has been getting that call a decent amount here in this first 2 innings of work. He has been effective. There's a pitch high, 3-2. That low and away corner is the toughest pitch to hit as a right-handed hitter. 3-2, runners are going to get a head start. Here's a swing and a miss. And Rabine, after loading the bases with nobody out, comes back, strikes out the side, gives up no runs. We head to the bottom of the second. Score remains 4-0. You're watching Aero Baseball on Post 17 TV.
A beautiful, confident smile starts here at Van Laken Orthodontics.
From Invisalign to traditional braces, we offer free consultations and affordable payment plans for all lifestyles and budgets.
Van Laken Orthodontics. Live life smiling.
Back on Post 17 TV, bottom of the second inning at Watertown Stadium. The Arrows lead 4-0 over Washington. Leading off for Watertown will be the 9-hole hitter, Kane Everson. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to start the inning for Watertown. First pitch to Everson is going to be a curveball inside, 1-0. We've seen a fair amount of off-speed pitches already from Sagen Haas. It's been a little different philosophy in terms of pitching between Haas and Rabine. Rabine, a fastball dominant guy who Haas has wanted to utilize his off speed today. 2-0 pitch, that's going to be way inside. 3-0 actually went behind Everson. So 3-0 count to Kane Everson. The pitch. Way out of the zone. It'll be a 4-pitch walk to start the inning.
The leadoff walk to Everson brings up the top of the order, number 7, Cole Hansen.
And now it'll be Cole Hansen, who reached on an infield single his first time up. Came around to score. First pitch to Hansen. Outside for a ball, 1-0. There's a pickoff attempt, not in time. Everson wasn't too far off the bag. This is game 1 of our doubleheader today. Everson takes off. There's a pitch in there for a called strike, and the catcher, Paxton Olson, wasn't able to get it out of the glove, so it'll be a stolen base for Kane Everson. 1-1 count to Cole Hansen. The pitch, high, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, that's going to be lifted foul and out of play.
Return all foul balls with concession stand for $1. Sponsored by Lake Area Tech.
2 balls, 2 strikes to the Arrow leadoff man. 2-2, that's going to be hit over the shortstop's glove and into left field. Ooh, just barely. I actually got a piece of it, did Brecken Beitler. But it'll be runners on the corners with nobody out after another single from Cole Hansen. So he's got a 2-hit day so far, and it'll bring up Jackson Fallick, who was hit by the pitches last time up. Pitch low and away for a ball. I got to imagine Hansen with good speed and a runner on third. He'll be taken off at some point in this at-bat. There goes Hansen. Here's a drive out into left field, and that is down in the gap. That'll get to the wall. 1 run will score. Hansen's rounding third, and he will score. It's a 2 RBI double for Jackson Fallick. Hansen was stealing on the play, and Fallick hit it to the wall, so he was able to score rather easily. And it'll be a runner on second, nobody out, and 2 runs in the inning. Arrows lead 6-0. That'll be Marcus Pitkin to the plate. He doubled his last time up. There's a pitch in the dirt for a ball. Fallick was about halfway between second and third. I was able to scamper back. The 1-0. Off the plate for a ball. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch in the dirt, 3-0. Right now, the Arrow offense on a roll. 4 runs in the first, 2 runs already in here in the second. That's following a 12-run explosion in Game 2 yesterday. As that pitch way high and way inside, it'll be a 4-pitch walk to Marcus Pitkin.
The walk to Pitkin puts 2 on for number 10, Johnny Lake.
Now it'll be Johnny Lake, as now we've got a stoppage in play as Washington manager wants to talk about the situation. Maybe give his guy a break as well. He's thrown a lot of pitches so far. Right now, Sajin Haas already up to 38 pitches in just 1+ innings. Now we're ready for play. And the other game that we're keeping an eye on is the doubleheader between Jefferson and Pierre. Game 1 of that doubleheader tied at 1 right now in the top of the third. That game being played in Pierre. Oh, Watertown is rooting for some Governor losses today. Pitch to Johnny Lake is going to be low, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, way outside, 2-0. Still don't see any action out in that Warrior bullpen. That doesn't mean the next pitcher has to come from the bench, though. Two-0 pitch. That's going to be hit down the third base line. Fair ball! 1 run will come in to score. Here's the throw to third. It's going to be late, and that's going to be an RBI double for Johnny Lake. Pitkin moves over to third. Lake gets into second. And another run comes in to score. It's 7-0 Arrows. Still nobody out in the bottom of the second. And that'll bring up Carter Bisker, who singled on the first pitch he saw in the first inning. First pitch he sees this time is outside. It's 1-0. Pitch, that's going to be hit up the middle and into center field for a base hit. 1 run will score, and so will a second, a 2 RBI single. Now the ball gets away on the infield, and some good base running by Bisker. He moves into second after the air. So it's a 2 RBI single for Carter Bisker.
The 2 RBI single by Bisker brings up the DH, number 5.
And that makes it 9-0 in favor of Watertown with a runner on second. Still nobody out. It'll be Sam Olson for Watertown. He swings and misses at that fastball. 0-1. Watertown hopping on Washington early today. 9 runs in just 1+ inning. There's a fastball inside, 2-0, or 1-1. That pitch tapped foul. It'll be 1-2. Way high and way outside, 2-2. That ball lifted high and foul down the third base side. We'll do 2-2 again. The pitch, that's going to be hit right back up the middle. Over it, fielding is Beitler, and he'll make the play to first. But it'll be a productive out for Sam Olson as Bisker moves over to third. Now it'll be Jackson McClemens to the plate with 1 away. First pitch to McClemens, catches a corner. It's 0-1. There's a ball lifted high into shallow center field, and making the catch is Sporer. Tagging from third, it is Bisker, and he will be in safely. So another sacrifice fly for Jackson McClemens. He's 0 for 0 with 2 RBIs today.
Another sac fly by McClemens. Brings to the plate the third baseman, Kai Paulson.
And that's the 10th run of the day so far for Watertown as they now lead 10-0. Here's a pitch to Kai Paulson. That's going to be in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Paulson, the 9th hitter of the inning. He So Watertown has bat around in the second as Paulson lifts it high and out of play. It'll be 1-1.
Another foul ball sponsored by Lake Area Tech.
The 1-1 in the dirt, 2-1. That pitch going to be high, 3-1. The pitch, that's going to be outside for a ball. So Paulson draws the walk, and it'll bring up Kane Everson for the second time in the inning.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 6, Kane Everson.
Everson drew a walk to start the inning, came around to score. First pitch he sees is going to be high. That pitch is outside. 2-0. Toe pitch in there for a called strike. It's 2-1. Fastball high. Three balls and one strike to Kane Everson. The pitch outside. So that'll be another walk. And that'll bring up Cole Hansen. Hansen, a couple of singles, couple of runs scored today. So we saw this part of the order already explode in the earlier this inning and in the first. As there's a ball hit foul. That might have hit the umpire, and we'll have some time. Johnny Kirchner doing the duties behind the plate today. He's been doing this a long time. That ain't the first time he's been hit with a foul ball. Probably won't be the last time either. Might not even be the last today. No balls and a strike to Cole Hansen. Here's the pitch, high and in. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, high, 2-1. Pitch, high, 3-1. Now we're seeing Haas miss high, and that's probably due to a little bit of fatigue. He is now up to 64 pitches on the day. There's a strike in the inside corner. Full count now to Cole Hansen. Runners will get a head start. That pitch on the inside corner called strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But Watertown strikes for 6. It's 10-0 Arrows as we head to the third. You're watching Watertown Arrow Baseball on Post 17 TV.
For over 75 years, Active Heating has proudly served the Watertown and Brookings area. From full-service heating and cooling to plumbing, air quality, and water quality, we've got your comfort covered. When it comes to your home or business, you can count on us. Active Heating. Active in your home. Active in your community.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
Back on Post 17 TV. So we have a new catcher. Johnny Lake will come out of the game. He will have a substitute. That'll be number 24, Max Sears. So Lake, he caught both games yesterday. Started today, but I got to imagine that with the game being the way that it is right now, chance to get him some rest and chance to get Sears some reps at catcher. So maybe not a bad move there by manager Ryan Neal, as the first pitch to Tyler Ringheimer is high. It'll be 1-0. That one in the dirt, 2-0. Cool pitch. That's going to be lifted high towards the right field line and out of play.
Sponsored by Lake Area Tech, the best two-year college in the nation.
Two one. Catches the corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be lifted into the air towards the right field line, and McClemens couldn't quite track it. He was worried about the fence over there. There's a lot of room on that part of the field in foul ground. He was right pressed up against the wall, and as the ball was coming down, just wasn't quite able to track it. So we'll do 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Ashton Rabine, and there's one away here in the third.
Now batting the center fielder, Caden Sporer.
That's already the 6th strikeout of the day for Ashton Rabine. There's a pitch low, 1-0. Caden Sporer to the plate for Washington. 1-0 pitch. That's going to be hit into left field for a base hit. And just past the outreaching glove of Kai Paulson.
The hit by Sporer will bring up the catcher, number 14, Paxton Olson.
That'll bring up Paxton Olson, who struck out looking his first time up back in the first. First pitch outside, 1-0. Just a bit inside, 2-0. Two-0 pitch. On the corner, called to strike. It's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch hit right over our heads in the press box, out of play. It's 2-2. Two on the corner, called strike 3. Another strikeout for Ashton Rabine, his 7th of the day so far. And there's 2 away in the 3rd. Now to be Brecken Beitler at the plate for Washington. Beitler hits it to Bisker at short. And he'll just flip it to second for the fielder's choice, and out number 3. So a quick inning for Ashton Rabine, and we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Watertown still out in front, 10-0. You're watching Aero Baseball on Post 17 TV.
Looking for a way to show your school spirit and support the Watertown School District? With the Aero Spirit card from American Bank and Trust, you can do both. Every time you use your Aero Spirit debit card, a portion of your purchase goes right back to the school, helping fund important programs and activities. It's a win for you and a big win for our students. Visit your local American Bank and Trust at 1715 First Avenue Northeast today to sign up and make a difference with every swipe. American Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Midwest Foam and Coatings LLC is a family-owned and operated full-service insulation company specializing in spray foam application and energy efficiency. They offer all types of insulation like spray foam, blown-in cellulose, blown-in fiberglass, and fiberglass bats. Midwest Foam and Coatings also does insulation removal along with specialty coating that can restore rubber and metal roof systems. Visit their website for more information at mwfoam.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Midwest Foam and Coatings.
Back here on Post 17 TV, we do have a new pitcher into the game for Washington. It'll be number 8, Zachy Dillard, on the mound for the Warriors. And there were some other defensive changes for Washington right now. As soon as we know what they are, I see Sajin Haas is out there playing second base right now. It'll be Jackson Fallick to lead off the inning for Watertown, however. First pitch swinging, lifts it out to shortstop. That's Beitler, and he'll come up with it and make the play in time for out 1. Now it'll be Marcus Pitkin. Pitkin, a double and a walk and 2 runs scored so far today. First pitch to Pitkin in the dirt for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Off the corner for a ball, 2-0. Really nice side there by Marcus Pitkin. That pitch didn't miss by a whole lot. 2-0 pitch, high, 3-0. There's one away here in the bottom of the third. That pitch in the dirt for a walk. So Pitkin draws the 4-pitch walk, and there'll be a runner on for Max Sears. Sears getting his first at-bat of the day. First pitch to Sears, off the plate, 1-0. Nope. Two-0 pitch. That's going to be lifted out of play. It'll be 2-1. Jefferson and Pierce still tied at 1 as they head to the bottom half of the fourth inning, the Pierre half of the fourth inning. Well, Watertown right now just has to worry about winning 2 games today, but if they get some help from Jefferson, if Jefferson is able to beat Pierre in their doubleheader today, there's a chance that Watertown moves up to the 6th seed. There's a pitch outside. That'll be another walk to Max Sears. And that'll bring up Carter Bisker.
The walk to Sears puts 2 on for the shortstop, number 2, Carter Bisker.
Well, Watertown right now is in the 8th seed. As here's a ball hit past the pitcher. Flip over to second for 1, to first. Double play. So it'll be a 6-4-3 double play off the bat of Carter Bisker. And that'll end the inning. We head to the 4th. Score remains 10-0. Watertown out in front of Washington.
From a garage to custom furniture to creative that brings your space to life and swag that makes it yours. At South 40 Specialties, everything we build is designed with purpose and made right here in South Dakota. Your space isn't one size fits all, so why should your products be? And soon experience it all in person. South 40 Specialties, your space, your way.
You live life on the move. While you determine what direction that may be, we're here to help along the way. So go. Go with values. Go with friends. Go with support. Go with convenience.
Back on Post 17 TV, it's the top of the 4th inning. Watertown out in front of Washington 10-0. Due up for Washington, it'll be Kyler White, Sajin Haas, who moves into the 6th spot in the lineup after entering the game as a position player.
Number 23, Kyler White.
And then it'll be, I believe, Aiden Johnson on deck after that. But first, Kyler White. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back, 0-1. That pitch catches a corner for strike 2. Oh, we've seen Rabine kind of wear out that outside corner here today. Part of why he's got 7 strikeouts through 3 innings as that pitch is tugged outside. It'll be 1-2. That pitch outside again, 2-2. Two-two pitch, lifted high on the infield in foul ground towards the dugout. McClemens is over there and makes the catch. Nice play there by Jackson McClemens. And that's out number 1. That'll bring up Sajin Haas into the game, playing second base for Washington after his pitching duties were complete. First pitch to Haas. On the corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Maybe more high than outside. The 1-1 pitch from Rabine. Swung on and missed. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. That one's going to run inside. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. That's going to be outside. 3-2. The pitch just misses high, and that'll be ball 4. So Haas draws the walk, and that'll bring up Aiden Johnson.
Number 6, Aiden Johnson.
Rabine up to 64 pitches on the afternoon. That pitch is outside. It's 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Rabine at 66 pitches. 34 of them have been strikes. Oh, he's thrown a few more balls than what you would like to see, but he's been effective. Hasn't given up a run so far. 1-1 pitch misses off the corner. It's 2-1. He's got 7 strikeouts, but he's also walked 3 to this point in the ballgame. Makes it 3-1 after that pitch misses outside. 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Count moves to full at 3-2. A 3-2 pitch lifted out of play. We'll do it all over again.
Return off all balls for $1. Sponsored by Lake Area Tech.
Here's a pickoff attempted first, not in time. The 3-2, that's going to miss high for another walk. So back-to-back walks from Ashton Rabine. And there's 2 on.
22, Caleb Booman.
Stepping to the plate for Sioux Falls, Washington will be number 22, Caleb Booman. First pitch he sees is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. That pitch is going to stay high. 2-0. Two pitch on the corner, called to strike, 2-1. Two-one pitch. That'll be high. Three and one. And that one's going to run inside. So Rabine has walked the bases loaded in the fourth. Now, Watertown wants to talk about it. Maybe just give Rabine a break. He has walked the bases loaded here for. This is the second time he's had a bases loaded situation today. He got out of it in the second inning. It was bases loaded, nobody out. Ended up striking the next 3 batters out without surrendering a run. Well, this time a little bit easier, I suppose, as he's got the bases loaded, but there's already 1 out.
Now batting, number 8, Zachy Dillard.
And it'll be Zachy Dillard to the plate for Washington. And the first pitch, Dillard sees it as a strike, hits 0-1. Misses high, it's 1-1. And that's been a tough pitch to get called a strike today so far. Has it been that high fastball? There's a pitch on the corner called a strike. It's 1-2. There is some action in that Arrow bullpen. So Rabine could be approaching the end of his campaign today. That pitch is outside. It's 2-2. That pitch lifted out of play. We'll do 2-2 again. The 2-2 pitch on the corner, called strike 3. A big strikeout there from Rabine will bring up the top of the order in Tyler Ringheimer.
With 2 outs, the bases loaded. The third baseman, Tyler Ringheimer.
Ringheimer 0 for 2 already today as he sees a fastball outside. 1-0. Trying to avoid the trifecta with 2 strikeouts already in the game today. That pitch lifted into the air. Shallow right field, Fallick in and makes the grab for out number 3. So Rabine works out of another bases loaded jam. And we head to the bottom of the fourth. Score remains 10-0. You're watching Aero Baseball on Post 17 TV.
At Dakota Automation, we are a full-service provider of factory automation systems. With core competencies in robotic integration and the design and fabrication of custom machines and material handling systems out of Watertown, South Dakota. We've been solving the most complex manufacturing challenges since 1999. Our vertically integrated approach enables us to design and support world-class automation systems. Discover automation with innovation at Dakota Automation.
Prairie Lakes Healthcare System has over 30 medical specialties including labor and delivery, primary care, cancer care, and cardiology. Behind each of these specialties are over 800 dedicated medical and support professionals committed to ensuring you receive the best care for every stage of your life. Prairie Lakes Healthcare System, your health, our mission.
Back on Post 17 TV, bottom of the fourth inning. Watertown out in front of Washington 10-0. Due up for Watertown, it'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Sam Olson, Jackson McClemens, and Kai Paulson. Here's the designated hitter, Sam Olson. First pitch he sees is on the corner, called a strike. It's 0-1. Well, Watertown a chance to add a little insurance for themselves. If they can get a couple runs here for the top half of the fifth. With the lead already at 10. If Watertown just holds Washington to no runs in the top half of the inning, the run rule will be enabled. That pitch is low, 2-1, but in these situations, it's never bad to get a couple extra. Just as a little help to yourself and to your pitching staff. 2-1 pitch in the dirt, 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Olson. On the corner, called a strike. It'll move the count to full. Olson has singled and grounded out today. That pitch is going to be high for a ball. So it'll be a walk to start the inning for Watertown.
The leadoff walk by Olson brings up the first base.
And that'll bring up Jackson McClemens. McClemens has hit a couple sacrifice flies today, so hasn't been charged in at bat, but he's got a couple of RBIs. First pitch swinging, hits it down the line, and that is going to bounce over the bag and into left field. Actually bounced off the glove of Ringheimer. So depending on how generous you're feeling, you could call that a single or an error, one of those 50-50 balls. But nonetheless, it'll be 2 runners on for Kai Paulson. And Paulson, first pitch swinging, lines it over the second baseman's head and into right field. They're going to wave around Olson, and he will score easily. It's an RBI single for Kai Paulson. McClemens moves over to third. And it's back-to-back hits for Watertown.
Paulson brings up the second baseman, number 6, Kane Everson.
Now Kane Everson to the plate for the Arrows. Everson has drawn 2 walks today. He's also scored a run as the first pitch he sees is in the dirt, 1-0. One-0 pitch on the corner for a strike. It's 1-1. That one's in the dirt. Nice block there by Olson, and it'll be 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1. That's going to be lined back into center field for a base hit and an RBI for Kane Everson. McClemens comes in to score, and it's 3 straight hits for Watertown. They now lead at 12-0. That brings up the top of the order, and Cole Hansen. Still nobody out in the 4th. First pitch high, 1-0. That one's going to be outside, 2-0. Hansen today, a couple of singles, a couple of runs scored, also struck out in the 3rd. Or sorry, in the 2nd, his 2nd at-bat of the 2nd inning. That one's high, 3-0. Three-0 pitch, that's way outside, and a walk to Cole Hansen to load the bases.
The walk will load him up by the right fielder, number 23, Jackson Fallick.
That brings up Jackson Fallick, who has been hit by the pitch, doubled, and had a couple of runs scored. If he was able to double today, or on this at-bat, Hansen, with his good speed at first, could end the game by the run rule. I always said before the game, or before the inning, that a couple of insurance runs would be nice. Now Watertown will have a chance to maybe end the game here in the 4th. It's just been a solid performance from the Arrows in Game 1 so far today. There's a pitch high. It's 1-0. Marcus Pitkin is on deck, followed by Max Sears. Still nobody out in the 4th. There's a pitch in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. That one's in the dirt, 2-1. Two balls and a strike. The pitch, that's way outside. Nice grab there by Paxton Olson to keep it from going to the backstop, but the count moves to 3-1. Three-one pitch, line foul. Full count now to Jackson Fallick. The pitch fouled out of play.
Return foul balls to the concession stand for $1. Sponsored by Lake Area Tech, the best two-year college in the nation.
Still a full count to Jackson Fallick. Bases loaded, nobody out. The 3-2 in the dirt for ball 4, and that'll bring in a run. Makes it 13-0.
Center fielder, Marcus Pitkin.
And Marcus Pitkin will step to the plate for Watertown. Pitkin, first pitch swinging, bounces it out to short. There's a flip to second for one, over to first, not in time. One run does come in to score, however. It's Everson crosses home. So it'll be runners on the corners with one away and
One out, runners on the corner.
a run in,
At the plate, number 24, Max Sears.
making it 14-0. First pitch, that's going to go to the backstop. Here comes the runner, and it is not in time. Hanson comes in to score, and that's the ball game. Watertown wins game 1, 15-0 after 4 innings.
Next game will start in about 30
So Watertown, they badly needed at least one of these two today. Well, they get it in a big way here in game 1 and a chance to sweep in game number 2. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll crunch the numbers here on Post 17 TV.
In many sports, a winning team needs strength, strategy, and amazing execution. The same is true for investing. Wells Fargo Advisors is here to help you reach your goals with customized strategies and sophisticated planning tools. Wells Fargo Advisors, professional advice, innovative insights, a team that's invested in you. In Watertown, call Heath Rylands today at 605-882-7145. Wells Fargo Advisors is a trade name used by Wells Fargo Clearing Services LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer, and a separate non-bank affiliate of Wells Fargo Company.
Stop into Roy's Sports Shop for the newest and latest apparel, footwear, and equipment for your sports. Whether it's a new bat from Marucci, a glove from Rawlings, a new pair of shoes from Under Armour or Adidas, or a pair of Oakley sunglasses, Roy's Sports Shop has what you need. Check out their online spirit store for apparel from your favorite team or school. Let them know if you'd like to start a new online store for your team or organization. Roy's Sports Shop is a local business that has served our area for the past 50 years. Roy's Sports Shop, East Highway 212, Watertown.
Back on Post 17 TV, final score from game 1, Watertown 15, Washington 0. Watertown now has won 3 straight games after sweeping a doubleheader yesterday against O'Gorman. They win game 1 here today, and the last 2 have been in dominant fashion. They won 12-2 in game 2 last night, and now 15-0 after 4 innings this afternoon. Chance to make it 4 in a row to end the season, and a chance to maybe move up in the seed points if they can get a win and a little bit of help as well later on this afternoon. But let's crunch the numbers for Watertown. They score 15 runs on 9 hits. There were 3 Washington errors. Ashton Rabine, he goes 4 innings, gives up just 1 hit, has 8 strikeouts, walks 5, gave up no runs, however, threw 85 pitches, 43 of which were strikes. Rabine was a little wild, but effectively wild today. He put out a good outing for Watertown here in game number 1. We talk about Watertown maybe needing a little bit of help. They're getting it right now as Jefferson is beating Pierre 5-3 in the top of the 5th inning. Jefferson, chance to put up maybe a crooked number as they've got 2 runners in, 2 runners on, not 2 outs in the top of the 5th, but they do lead that game 5-3. So Watertown, they need Jefferson to beat Pierre, and they would like him to sweep him in the doubleheader today. And Watertown, they would like to sweep their doubleheader, and they could maybe move up to the 6th spot in the seed points. Watertown came into the day 8th in seed points, and that would be enough to host a home super regional, and it would, as the standings sit today, would be against Sioux Falls Lincoln at Watertown Stadium. If Watertown does end up hosting, which after the win in Game 1 today, looks like they will get to host. They should stay in that 8th spot at the very least. But, baseball is weird. And, the seed pointing is kind of weird too. So with not that many games played, it does change, does fluctuate quite a bit. So Watertown, if they're able to take care of business in Game 2, they should be home cooking. They'll get to host a super regional game and a chance to go to state tournament. If Watertown does end up hosting the super region, that will be here on Post 17 TV. Game 2 is coming up in 30 minutes, so we'll have that for you on the Post 17 TV YouTube page. That's coming up in just about 30 minutes here from Watertown Stadium.
You've been watching coverage of Watertown Arrows baseball on Post 17 TV. This has been a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association. Game 2 is in 30 minutes on Post 17 TV.